Toastmasters, honored guest. I want to start with a question. Has anybody here ever had trouble coming up with a topic for a speech? And why am I not surprised? 4 days ago, I was in exactly that position. I had absolutely no idea what I was going to talk about tonight. And then it occurred to me that being blocked when trying to find a speech topic is actually not that different from an artistic block or writer's block. Now, I called my speech Jumpstarting the Brain because actually a lot has been written about how you can overcome these creative blocks. And I want to share with you some of the pieces of advice that I've received over the years that are reasonably easy to practice. And I hope that maybe you can apply them whenever you're blocked, especially when you're trying to come up with a speech for Toastmasters and it's 3 days until you're supposed to give your speech and you don't know what you're going to do. So tip number 1, get out of your house. That means open the door, go outside, get fresh air, a little exercise, it's good for the body too, and just move around, get your heartbeat up, get your respiration up. I get my best ideas when I'm actually running. I'm a distance runner. But you don't have to be doing a full-blown workout. You can just be walking your dog, or walking to the store, or walking for errands that you might not normally do by bus. There's something about the fresh air, it really stimulates your thoughts. It sweeps the cobwebs out of your mind, and it makes it much easier to come up with new thoughts. That's why getting outside and actually moving around is much more beneficial than, say, putting in time on the treadmill. So the first one is just get out of your house. Change of scenery. Stop looking at your screens and stop looking at the 4 walls of your house. Tip number 2, get out of your routine. We are all creatures of habit. And frankly, most of us have this inner 3-year-old. And left to our own devices, we'd be quite happy just to sit around in our pajamas all day, eat the same comfort foods, do the same things every day. And routines can be great. If your routine happens to include flossing every night, eating vegetables, exercising, well, that's fantastic. But if your routine turns into a rut, that's also going to cause blockage in your brain. You're not going to be able to think quite as much. Now, there are many ways, of course, to change our routine. It can be something as simple as different route to work, make a date with yourself. You know, I'm going to the wine festival tomorrow night. If anyone's going to be there, please look for me by the band. There's the beer festival next week. There's Kutsoti Yotzer, the International Arts and Crafts Festival. Summertime is an incredible time to be in Jerusalem. There is no end of things to do, really interesting things. But you don't even have to do that. I have a friend, she's retired, she does volunteer work, and when she's coming home, she takes a random bus. I mean, how cool is that? She just takes the first bus that comes along and figures, okay, it takes me longer to get home. I'm in no rush. I want to see what's on this bus route. So the second suggestion I give you is change up your routine. Get out of your routine. Third tip, most important, get out of your head. The brain is an amazing organ, comes up with so many wonderful ideas, but it needs food. It needs ideas. It needs to be constantly exposed to other points of view. And you're not going to get that by talking to the same people and reading the same things and listening to the same music. Now, you probably all know about traditional methods such as read a book, go to a lecture, a talk. Those are great. My current favorite is podcasts, because podcasting has really come of age. Whether your interest is history or economics or Game of Thrones or gossip, whatever it is, you can find somebody somewhere podcasting, and it's free, and it's a wonderful way to be exposed to people that you would never cross paths with. Take up a new hobby. Throw yourself into that hobby and make it an obsession. My husband has been teaching himself Welsh for 5 years now. I kid you not. 2 to 3 times a week, he gets online for conversational Welsh sessions with other people whom he would never run to in Jerusalem. Now, he's not the only non-Welsh Welsh speaker in Israel. Apparently, there is a guy in Haifa as well. But it's a really unusual hobby. And so I want to make the point that if you have access to the internet, you have the whole world at your fingertips, and you can expose yourself constantly to new ideas and people and points of view. So get out of your head. Expose yourself to these things that are outside your normal world. So getting back to the topic of being blocked, all of us get blocked at times. It could be finding a speech topic, artistic block, writer's block, even a stalled career, a stalled relationship, any kind of problem where you just don't know what to do and you can't come up with a solution. So the three strategies that I've given you are all actually pretty easy. Get out of your house, get out of your routine, and get out of your head. If you try these, I mean, really give them a serious go, I can almost guarantee that you'll get past this block, your brain will function as it should, and amazing new ideas will open themselves up to you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.